right now we are in the DC universe. HBO Max picked up the Titans. This is the third season. It's the first season on HBO, and we are 9 episodes in. This latest episode we're going to talk about, full spoiler alert, right now for the episode titled Souls. Coming in at 44 minutes. This is a TVMA show. There is mature aspects to it. I will say this episode's a lot cleaner than the one we talked about last week. And the description from HBO Max reads, after waking up on a mysterious train, Tim Drake teams up with 2 familiar heroes to locate an elusive bridge back to the land of the living. Meanwhile, Rachel grapples with her own powers in a desperate attempt to resurrect Donna. Let's just say it. This episode was awesome. It was the other half of the crew. We finally get some representation from the ladies in the Titans. We get a little bit more of Tim Drake. We get a little bit about souls and what happens when you die. I was so happy for the change of pace and a different look at a different storyline. I got to personally just give it up for this episode real quick. So I did enjoy it. Giggler, we already gave that gut check and the spoiler alert. Give us your thoughts on this episode before we dive into the story.
Okay. I was definitely not as hyped on it as you are. No, I don't want to boo it.
Well, those are the only 2 buttons.
But, like, I just...
It's either that or we do What You Watching again.
Yeah.
No. What'd you think? Be honest.
It's kind of like the season has been so fast-paced and, like, I don't even want to say, like, built in, like, realism, but, like, a lot of it has seemed to be semi-realistic, but like now we get to this where it's like kind of like a bit supernatural-ishy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's you got things about death, you got like things about spirits. Like it's been very grounded in Gotham City crime, and now we're in a very supernatural place.
Yeah, but at the same time, I guess that's been like
part of the show,
part of the show for the first 2 seasons. So I mean, we were kind of waiting for this to happen. Like I think even last week, I said something to myself in my head when we had we're doing Coming Up, and we had the Titans like theme or the main photo from the HBO Max up, and they were on here with Raven and Donna, and I was like, they still haven't been. We're about to be in double-digit episodes, and they haven't been in it yet. So I knew this was coming, and when I saw the episode was Souls, I think we talked about this last week, that it was likely it would be this. What we were waiting for. So I'm glad. I mean, it's advancing the story with people that we haven't seen in a while, but I'm really excited with the ending. We'll get there, obviously, but overall, it wasn't my favorite one, but I know that it was necessary.
Well, sir, I thank you for that. I call that a fair share. That's a fair share.
Fair share.
Yeah, and I appreciate the honesty because I'm with you. It wasn't like this episode didn't change my mind. I mean, it didn't like change my life.
Yeah,
like it was great just to see something different. I think that I was just pumped for that. So without further ado, let's get right into what happens in this one. Because I honestly think this thing being at 44 minutes, there's not a lot really this was more of a side story. And let's just break it wide open. So this is the other characters. You haven't had these folks in a while. You got Raven. She's back. Where is she? She's at help me with the name of this place, Andy. The
Masira.
The Masira, which is, if you're not familiar, Wonder Woman town. This is where Wonder Woman, Diana Prince. That's her name, right? I think so. In DC, I believe. Yeah. She is from this place. So this is where Wonder Woman's from. Why is she there? She has the body of Donna Troy. I was like, I'm literally kind of making a joke here. Considering the whole episode, I was like, are they saying Choi? Like, or is it Troy? Is it with a CH?
I don't know.
All right, Donna Troy.
It's got to be Troy.
And if you don't know from seasons 1 of 2 of Titans, at this point, we're going to assume you guys are fans like us. She is like Wonder Woman's like niece. I mean, I don't know if it's definitely not her daughter or like maybe not even her niece, but maybe like her cousin. You know, they are from the Masira. Why is Raven there? She is trying to bring Donna back to life because she died in season 2.
At a carnival.
At a carnival. A carnival, nonetheless, which, as we find out, she's not too fond of. And how do we find out what a dead person's thinking? Well, first of all, at the Masira, you learn that Raven's been trying to bring back Donna along with the rest of the Amazonian women. They're all like, here's our friend Donna. Let's put her in this ceremony room. We got some stuff that you've never seen before. Is Wonder Woman going to show up?
I wish.
Probably not. If I know this show.
No, exactly.
It's Titans.
They'll talk about her, though.
They'll talk about it, and they'll be like, man, she's killing it. I mean, I don't even know if they really did talk about her that much, but either way, she's not around. And it's like, can I bring her back? And they're struggling with this. They're struggling with it. Raven's trying to use her powers. The Masira people are kind of like not so happy about that. They're like, don't be doing dark powers around here. We got our own way of doing stuff. And then there's a lesson in there about that and like embracing change. Like she kind of like, says her piece about like, you're just scared of me. Like, give me a chance. Either way, what's happening on the other side of death's door? But we do find Donna Troy sitting on a train in the afterlife. How do you know it's the afterlife? Well, because it's in black and white. Made it very easy to tell.
This was interesting because we popped this on the projector outside.
You thought it
last
broke?
Thursday night, and I was like, this is interesting. It's like
the color's off.
Yeah.
Well, that's because they were in. It was very much like Supernatural, the show. This is what they would do when they would jump over to like another reality or a death world. It goes like dark. So that helps you with the back and forth. The only places you're back and forth to in this episode, though, are Death World and the Masira. You're not hearing from any of the other Titans. This is all the way just this episode. So on the death side, who does she find on the train? But Tim Drake. Tim Drake, who are we talking about? Maybe a future Robin. This guy got shot in the back like twice, at least once, by Jonathan Crane. This was at the finale of the last episode, titled Home. And what happened after he got shot? Well, he did die. We're learning. He died, and he's on the other side here, but he's not ready to move on. The train's headed straight. It's like, we're going to take it to the afterlife. He says, I'm ditching the train. This is straight out of Souls. It's all Souls. He's like, I ain't going yet. I got more left to do. Haven't even been Robin yet. Haven't even been Robin.
Been studying him, though.
Been studying him. I studied Batman, all right? Donna Troy says, all right, even though I was fine sitting on this train, and I guess there really is no time in this place because this is a long time after, between deaths. She jumps off the train, goes to find him, and what does she do? She finds him in the woods, and before they can even get a lot of words out, these soul catchers, ghouls, show up. They're like black ghouls, and they take your souls, and they'll take you all the way down to Hades. How do I know this? Who shows up? Hank. Hawk.
What a guy.
He looks good. He looks happy.
He looks good for a dead guy.
Dude, I got such...
Way better than last time we saw him.
I got such Dean Winchester vibes from this. Like, this is, again, Supernatural plug. Like, him in the other world. He's got his muscle car. He's, like, knows everything about it. He's this badass hunter. He's like, those are ghouls. I take him out. I'll take you to this bar. He takes him to a bar that's like a hotel. And the whole thing is like, hey, guess what? I learned about a bridge. A bridge back to life, he says. He says, why don't you come with me and we'll all go back to life? It's that simple.
I'd be down.
Oh, absolutely. I'd be like, yeah, let's get another go. Let's try it again. We also learned like some magic about this place. You can basically make stuff show up in your hands no matter what it is.
As long as you want it.
If you want it bad enough. Hank does some guns. We get a cool fight scene at the end with Donna and her sword. She's like struggling with like coming back to life. Do I want to be a hero again? I'm like, wah, wah, wah. Like, do you want to be alive or not? Like, go be alive. She just decides, yeah, all right. Hank sacrifices himself essentially. I think he made it though. He's still like in the afterlife. Because
he's with his brother.
Because his brother shows up. Dove? Doesn't he call?
Don.
Don. Right, Don.
Yeah, Don and Don. Confusing
and like there he was at the end. He sacrificed himself, but he gets to see his friend, and they're gonna hang out. It's cool. But what happens on the other side? This is really jumping to the end. But like I said, this doesn't really take a lot to move through. I feel like Donna and Tim Drake are back in the land of the living. Help me with Tim Drake, Andy, because the Donna ending is kind of the big ending that I want to end with. But Tim Drake, where does he's in a hospital, right?
Yes.
He's just on the surgery
after he
table.
got shot.
After he got shot, and he's like, oh, he's back. He's back. All right, cool. So what happens to Donna? We get back to the Masira. We get Raven, who's maybe come to terms a little bit with the Amazonians, maybe not. Either way, she's still living there, still wearing their clothes. She's got the white dress on, and she comes in to the room where Donna's body's been, and the body is gone. Flash over to a random room of a random castle in Europe where we find Bruce Wayne burning this place to the ground and just kind of standing in this fire like he's here to kill himself. But who shows up? But Donna Troy pulls him out, takes him to another room. He says, am I dead? She said, no. And he's like, aren't you dead?
Where's Khaleesi?
Khaleesi. And she goes, not anymore. That's
pretty good. It is a banger of a song. It reminds me of like
when the credits roll,
like a wrestling theme song or something.
All right, that's Titans episode 9, season 3. Andy, let's wrap this thing up. You brought some notes. What are we missing? What else you want to talk about on this thing? Are we missing any major storylines before we prepare ourselves for episode 10?
No, that literally was everything. I took 3 notes on that one.
And they were we
Not a lot.
hit them all?
Yeah.
It's 44 minutes. It feels like there's a lot happening, but it's just kind of like a big, long mission.
Yeah, I'm excited for them all to be reunited now.
Yeah.
And be like, what the F? You were dead, now you're alive. This is weird now.
Yeah.
And then see, like, now they're more complete team to attack what the hell is going to happen with Crane.
Which we don't even
Jason
know.
Todd now. Yeah, exactly. Like, they're kind of reeling from their loss / murdering of someone now. So I don't know.
Yeah, they're about to power up.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, I was looking at the poster for the show. If you go to HBO and look at the poster, there's like 20 people on it now. And there's
more.
It's just all the same people. But like when you start really like going down the list of all the characters in this show, like it's just a lot of people.
So
it's all the Titans.
You think we might see more dead by the end?
Yeah, I don't know.
Gotta be,
because something's gonna happen with Barbara Gordon. What's gonna happen with? I don't even know. It's too hard to make predictions in this thing because it's like honestly at this point in the series, we're 9 episodes in. Crane and Red Hood have kind of like they're standing still kind of at the moment. There's not really anything, isn't there? There's not like really anything looming except for like Red Hood is still at large, and they're like, we got to figure out how to stop him. How are we gonna save Jason Todd, or are we gonna just stop him? That's it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big moral decision.
And they got
kill him or save him,
and they got the team. They kind of got like a whole band here now.
Yeah, we got what 4 or so left. I think there's 13. Sounds about right.
If there are 13, then we got 4 to go, my friend.
Wow.
All right, that's season 3, episode 9. It's called Souls. It'll be in the DCU library. Andy, have you checked out the library?
Yes, but this just totally reminded me of a whole nother tangent that we haven't even talked about.
About the show?
Doom Patrol.
Oh, perfect. Hey, actually, it is a perfect tangent because we're talking about the DCU.
Exactly.
And this is actually like pretty close in terms of like DCU properties, like actual titles. These are actually pretty much related because they've already crossed over.
Yep.
They're from the same world. So DCU, talking about Doom Patrol, I am rewatching. We just wrapped up season 1, and we're getting ready to start season 2. And season 3 has dropped on HBO. It's out there right now. First 3 episodes.
We watched the first one.
You did?
Yes.
Of season 3?
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah. On the first day, we were pumped.
I'm not even prepared to hear.
That's why we brought out the projector to watch that. And
I'm not even prepared to hear about it.
yeah, I won't say anything.
You just want to keep it to yourself for a month? But like,
I don't have much to say. I'm ready to see the next. Other than I'm excited. Like, it was a great episode and got me excited for what's to come.
Okay. All right. Can't wait to break this open with you. So if you're watching Doom Patrol, we do have reviews of that at our website, mostlysuperheroes.com. And just get over to that DCU library. That's mostlysuperheroes.com/DCU. We got Titans. We'll have Doom Patrol in there, movie titles, and more as we go.